Right, okay, folks. So today we're going to be looking at a keychain, and we're going to be doing a little bit of basic sketching and 3D modeling. But the main thing we're going to focus on today is how to implement text onto a 3D model that we've got. So first thing you're going to do is jump into a new part studio, and you're going to look at probably the front plane. It doesn't really matter, but what I'm going to do is orient myself to the front plane by pressing N. And then I'm going to make a sketch there. And I'm going to set the center point rectangle and make a rectangle around my origin. You don't need to do this, but it is good practice and it does help us in lots of models. Now you will see that this box at the bottom, the dimension is currently highlighted. That means if I just type a number in, it will start typing into that dimension. And then when you see when I press enter, that highlighted box flips to the side and I can again set my height. So I've got currently a rectangle that's 60 by 20, which is what I think is an appropriate height and length for a keychain. All I'm going to do now is put a fillet on the four corners. It defaults to 5mm. I think 5mm is fine. Once you've got those 5mm there, I'm just going to click away and it should implement those fillets onto the corners. Last thing I'm going to do before I extrude it is I'm going to put the hole that the keychain is going to go through towards one of the edges, and I'm going to make that hole 3mm. And now I'm ready to extrude. I'm going to click my extrude tool. It's going to default to 25. I'm going to extrude it by 3. You should see it should extrude everything except that hole that we put in, or any other shape that you've chosen to put in there. And all I'm going to do now, and this will matter if you're 3D printing it. You don't want to do this if you're laser cutting it, because when you're laser cutting it, you're dealing with DXFs and drawings. That's single plane or 2D faces. But what I'm going to do, just in case you want to 3D print this, is I'm going to put a fillet in, a 1mm fillet on the front and back, just to make that transition a lot easier. Now, we're ready to start our text. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure you're looking right at the front plane or whatever plane you've drawn it on, and you're going to start a sketch on the top face that we've just made. So I'm going to click sketch, and all I want to do at the minute is I want to put some text in. So I go all along my sketch bar to this A, you hover over it, you'll see that it says text. Now, text works a little bit differently to what you might be used to if you've been working Microsoft suites or Adobe. The way it works is we write something and then we can edit it. There's no font size. We just need to edit the size of whatever text we've made. So if, for example, I select the text, or what I need to do to start with is probably, you don't want it snapping anywhere, but you probably want to start in a free spot. You just want to draw a rectangle out where you want that text to be. And again, you probably don't want it snapping at this end either. You just want it free moving. And then you'll be asked to select some text. Now, it's just been St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to write some St. Patrick's Day on it. And you will see, if I highlight it, I've got a number of fonts. Now, the annoying thing is you don't get a preview of the font without highlighting it. But if you do highlight, you will see, if you do select it, you will see that the preview comes up below it. So I can scroll through. See what they all look like. I'm going to click the pop-ins, and then I'm going to click the tick. And what this does is it sets the height of my box that I drew. It's going to keep that, and it's going to scale all my letters along so that they're in keeping with the height of the box I drew, with, of course, certain over and underhangs, like the apostrophe goes a bit above and the Y comes a bit below. So what I want to do is, I know I made this 60. I'm going to dimension the length to be 50, and this should again scale the height with it. So if I set that to 50, oh, you'll see that's a much better size. And what I can do, if I click my transform tool, that's in the linear and circular pattern there, and drop down, transform, select everything. I'll be left with these arrows. I can either free move, or I can use the arrows to drop down. I can even scale like this. It will snap to the center point. So I'm just going to arrange it to somewhere that looks appropriate. And as soon as I'm happy with the placement, again, you'll get that green tick on the mouse button on the cursor. I just click away and you'll see it snaps to where I've placed it. And the last thing I need to do now is I go to extrude. And we want to make this look like it's engraved, or you might want it embossed. If you want it embossed, you just want to extrude add by 1mm. And you'll see that pops up off the keyring, along with any other patterns or little shapes that you might want to put in there manually. If you want to engrave it, what you can do is you're going to remove it by a mill. So exactly the same, you're just going to remove it by a mill, and that's not going to work. I don't know why that's not worked. There we go. It was just trying to extrude it the wrong way. So if it does come up with a red line, just watch out which way you're extruding it with this arrow key, and if you do it downwards, it should cut into the plat. And there you've got your words, your letters engraved upon the keyring. Easy as that. Now, if you want to go back and edit the text, it's not as straightforward, but it's still pretty easy. You need to double click on the actual sketch that you did the text on. And when you double click on that, you'll see it goes blue and you'll get this writing back. If you right click on any segment of the text, you will get the option to edit the text. And from there, you can actually edit. You can do everything you could before. You can change the actual text. So, for example, we might want to put St. Paddy's Day instead of St. Patrick's Day. I can change the font. Let's go with, that's not a very different one. There we go. Click the tick. The one thing to be wary about with this is if you choose a really different font, it might scale weirdly. This one's kept concurrent, but if you chose a particularly tall font, you might see that extending that above or towards the edge of the plat, because it won't scale long ways because we've already defined that as 50. So what if you click the tick now with that, it should engrave it. It should put that engraved straight back in for you. So hopefully you've enjoyed making this keychain. Again, we've mainly messed about with the text. What you can do is you can add your own shapes, your own patterns, your own pictures if you sketch around to that, and you can emboss them, engrave them differently, different depths. You can make some really cool things. So let's see what we can make, and hopefully that's been useful to you. If you've liked the video or you found it useful, drop a like or a comment. It's much appreciated for the channel. And thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.